Hi, my name is Olivia. Welcome back to This Lovely Stitch. In today's video, I'm going to be making a top for New Year's Eve. So I'm a little bit under the weather, a little bit sick, and then later today I have a dentist appointment that's going to be like 2 hours. But I still think I can do this project in maybe like 2 days, 2.5 days. Right now it's Monday, December 29th, so I still have some time to get it done, and it's the morning. But yeah, pretty much showing what I'm going to be doing. I want to make a triangle style poncho with fringe, and I want it to be very loose, more like a spring transition piece, because winter is kind of, well, it's not coming to an end, but it will end eventually. And for college, I'm going back to Atlanta, which is warmer than Maryland, which is where I am now, home from break. So I have this gold thread yarn. Oops. I have this gold thread yarn. It's super tiny, but you can't really see it, but it's so pretty. And then I have these balls of thread, which are just different shades of kind of cream. Then I have this other thread, which is also gold. Let's see if you can kind of see. Kind of has some like gold twinges in there, but it is a different thread than this one. So lots of scraps actually, this is gonna be definitely a more scrappy project. And then I have this. This is 150 grams of DK weight yarn, and it's gold and like a kind of cream color. So my plan is to combine all of these colors, all of these colors to make what is the equivalent of a DK weight. So I'm thinking it'll probably take three of these to match the weight of this. But yeah, I'm going to just do filet crochet stitches, which is kind of like a mesh stitch. And that's what I'm gonna do for the whole cardigan would be crazy, for the whole sweater. I'm gonna start out trying to use a 3.5 millimeter hook, but I think that may be too small actually, because for a DK weight yarn, should use like a 4 or 5. So maybe I'll actually start with a 5 millimeter hook, because I do want it to be kind of holdy and loose. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on that. We'll see how far I get. I'm going to start off combining my yarn just because it's easier to carry around. Or not carry around, it'll be easier to do while I'm sitting on the couch. And then on the way to my dentist appointment, and maybe after when I'm a little bit more loopy, I'll switch to doing the DK. I would prefer if the gold was all throughout the poncho, but if push comes to shove, I would rather have at least one side that's completely gold, which I think I have enough for. And the fringe is not as important to me. The fringe can just be this brown neutral color. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to get started. I'm going to make a gauge swatch, and I'll come back when I finish that gauge swatch and show what I have. Okay, it's not even 5 minutes later. This is not gonna work. So I don't know what I was thinking, but if you've ever crocheted, you know what it's like when yarn splits. So you're putting your hook in and you're like catching up one strand, or like not the full string of yarn, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So pretty much that's what's happening, because I am actually using 3 different threads or strands of yarn, and I hate it. So that being said, I'm not giving up completely on this project. It's just now going to be a knitting project. I find that with knitting, just because I have more experience knitting, I've been knitting for 11 years and only crocheting for 6, that splitting yarn doesn't really bother me as much knitting. So, you know, just going with the flow, trying to change to see what will work best. I did end up using a 5.5 millimeter hook going up, because I kept trying to change it to see like what would create less problems. So 5.5 is what I landed on. So I'm gonna just transfer that instead of crocheting to knitting. Sorry, my like needles are getting stuck. But yeah, this is my 5.5. So I'm going to just do the same kind of concept, but instead of fillet, it'll just be basic stockinette. I'm debating whether I want to do stockinette or just garter though. I think I'm gonna do garter because garter will be faster. And another benefit, now that I'm like talking myself into knitting this instead of crochet, is that knitting takes up less yarn. So hopefully that means that I can have more gold on the back side. So yeah, for crochet, I'm pretty much just going to make 2 huge triangles, and then I'll do some shaping for the neck and decrease to make like the other triangle. So yeah, I still need to do a gauge swatch just to see how much yarn, how many stitches I need to reach, like how many repetitions to get the full shoulder width apart. So yeah, just gonna cast that on and work on, excuse me, a new swatch. So yeah, I'll come back when I finish this, show the update, show what the swatch looks like. I'm gonna do the swatch and garter since I plan to do the actual project in garter as well. All right. Okay, so I finished the swatch. This is what it looks like. Because I know I'm going to be short on gold yarn, I'm just going to unravel the swatch and use that thread and yarn. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to just increase, and I'll keep increasing until I'm happy with the width. I'll record that number and then copy that to make the second triangle. So that swatch was, was actually pretty fast to work up, so I don't have any doubts that I'll be able to finish this in time. Just gonna try to go and get started and see how far I get. I do have to pick up my brother from his wrestling practice, so I'll probably have to leave in a couple minutes, and then on the way back I have to stop at the pharmacy to get some medicine for the dentist later today, and then I also need to get my free coffee from Dunkin'. Today on the 29th, they're doing this like promotion where the first 1 million people to use the code in the app get free hot or iced coffee. So I'm going to go use that, especially since I won't really be able to enjoy coffee after I'm all numb from being at the dentist. So yeah, anyway, I'll check back in when I see how far I get before I have to leave for my brother's practice. Probably won't be very far because, oh my gosh, this needle is like so windy. It probably won't be very far because I have to leave soon and I'm kind of multitasking, watching something and doing this at the same time. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so it is clearly the next day. So today is Tuesday, December 30th. So I am running out of time, but I did get a lot of good progress done yesterday. My teeth are all fixed. The meds from the dentist, they just like knocked me out. I literally came home around 5 and I just slept. And I didn't wake up until like 8 this morning. So yeah, got my shower, got refreshed, whatever. I went back, I'm so fickle. I went back, I decided to actually crochet the project. So instead of doing the mesh, which I was trying to do in the gauge swatch, I just decided to do half double crochets, decreasing to make a triangle. So this is off the shoulder and you can't really tell because it's still big, but it's decreasing 2 stitches every round at the end of the round. And then for the other side, just in the name of speed, I'm going to do granny stitch and I'm going to use this cream yarn. So this cream yarn matches this gold yarn here. It's just worsted weight instead of thread weight. So yes, cream yarn for the other side. Just an update on all the yarn balls. The 2 rolls of, getting caught in my purse, the 2 rolls of like the tan thread still have lots of that left. Not worried about that running out. I do only have a little bit left of this first roll of the gold yarn, so I definitely think I'm not gonna have gold on both sides, just seeing how fast crochet eats up thread. So I'm going to be going into this thread, gosh, getting tangled. I am going to be going into this cone of the silvery gold thread for the front of the poncho. I keep wanting to say cardigan. I'm not making a cardigan, front of the poncho. So anyway, I think it'll still be okay. I think there may be a little bit of gold on the back if this all works out perfectly, but if not, that's all right. So yeah, going to go to Starbucks, probably gonna have a coffee or 2, and then I'll probably head back. I know tonight, or I should say this evening, I'm gonna be playing Scrabble with my mom and cousin. So not gonna be crocheting all day, like for 12 hours straight or anything crazy like that, but we'll have some time to get some good progress in. Right now, everyone is out the house because my brother had a wrestling meet this morning and my dad is back at work. So yeah, just gonna work on that some. If being ambitious, if I'm able to finish the entire, I'll have to untangle this later. If I do happen to finish the entire poncho, I am planning on bringing, I should say, this blanket that I've been working on for a long time. It's meant to fit a queen size bed, so it's huge. And it's just a houndstooth stitch over and over again for my cousin and her family. She has 2 little girls. One is 5 and the other is a couple months old. I want to say 9 months old. So yeah, I've pretty much been going through all these colors. I definitely underestimated how long this would take. So I don't really have a timeline per se to finish this. Just want to get a lot of work done because I did bring this down with me from Georgia, but I plan to leave it here just because, well, you can see how huge it is and it's not even done yet. So I plan to just kind of leave this at home to be my at-home project when I come home from breaks. And also because I have a lot of pink yarn here that I plan on using, so not lugging back the blanket and all the pink yarn I have. So anywho, those are the projects I plan on. I'm dropping everything. Those are the projects I plan on working on at Starbucks. I'm gonna leave now and I'll maybe do a time lapse or something showing how much I get done on my poncho for New Year's Eve. I'm back home. I got so much done in Starbucks. I did pretty much half of the whole poncho, so you can see kind of a off the shoulder moment. So I still need to do the neck ribbing and do the back side of the poncho. So just recapping what yarn I have left. This is what the cone of the sparkly yarn is looking like. This is one of the cones of the just plain tan color. I have a whole one that I haven't even opened yet. This one, I think I showed this just a second ago. And then I have this DK weight yarn that also has sparkles in it. It's just a little bit more difficult to see. Oh, and then almost forgot this yarn. Just this plain tan worsted weight yarn. So it's about 4 o'clock now. I'm making great time, in my opinion, for this poncho. And I think what I'm going to do for the back side is instead of doing just plain half double crochet decreases like I did for this, because although it worked up quickly, it was admittedly kind of boring, I am going to do granny stitch instead. So I'm going to do a granny stitch triangle increasing, so make it a little bit different. And I'll just keep increasing until it's the same width as this one. And then if I need to, like if the length is not matching up, I can just crochet some extra rows for length. Anyhow, I'm going to start off with this yarn because I would, if possible, like to have the fringe be the gold color. I don't know how realistic that is, but I'm going to start using this cream and gold that's already like woven together to start working on the triangle. Then I'm going to go back to doing the 3 strands at the same time, which will be the gold. Sorry, not 3 strands at the same time. I'm going to switch over to doing gold and then this worsted weight yarn just to kind of match up the widths because or not the widths, the thicknesses. And I think doing 2 threads at the same time will be much faster than the 3 I was doing before, because although it looks really beautiful and really intricate, it does split a lot trying to do 3 threads at the same time. So anywho, gonna get started on that. For this one, I don't know if I said it in the video before, I used a 7.5mm hook, and this will all be in the pattern. Ignore this little hole right here. I started crocheting and I realized I completely left off this part of the chain and forgot to go into it. So I just went back, crocheted this part, and then joined them in this round right here. So when I do the finishing touches, I'll just sew this together and you won't even be able to see. So anywho, gonna use my 8mm hook, get started with this DK-ish weight yarn, and I'll come back in once I finished all of this. I'm going to actually start watching a video by Swell Entertainment, and then I think I'm gonna watch Love Actually. I know later on tonight, or this evening I should say, I'm going to play Scrabble with my mom and my cousin, so I'll probably take a pause then and work on a different project, just because since this is using multiple yarns, it is a little bit harder to work and multitask at the same time, and Scrabble is kind of a game where you need to focus, so I'm not going to be able to be looking into each stitch I go into. Anywho, also I'll be having a whole pattern for this coming out with this video, and probably a couple weeks later I'll do a tutorial as well, like a video tutorial for free. So I'm gonna start working on this. I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna really finish this in time for New Year's Eve tomorrow, but also so I don't have to like be working on this at 11:59 tomorrow night, and can have it done well before my family's New Year's Eve party and just have it to wear and relax in. So anyway, that's enough yapping. Gonna get started on crocheting, and I'll come back once I finish all this DK yarn with an update.
Things like book wraps, okay? So like some popular ones are Goodreads, some popular ones are Storygraph, that's what I'm currently using. Fable, we talked about Fable a lot last year. Fable did a wrap that included, I believe, an AI summary. We talked about that. That upset a lot of people. A lot of these wraps are now utilizing AI because they're like, oh, this is an easy way to like summarize things, okay? And everyone's trying to use AI. Don't worry, I'm not going into detail. But without fail,
Okay, it's about a half an hour later, and this is what I've done so far. As you can see, this is working out really quickly. So I'm very optimistic that I'll be done with this at a reasonable time tonight and won't even have to carry this project into tomorrow. This is how much I have left of the first cake. Haven't gotten into the second cake yet. But yeah, I'm going to switch over from YouTube and watch Love Actually. I've heard a lot of people recommend that movie, and I've never actually watched it, so I think it'll be fun, and I'll just check back in once I finish Love Actually for how much I've gotten done. Okay, so it's about 6 o'clock now. This is where I'm at with the unraveling before my eyes. This is where I'm at with the granny square side version. So what I think I'm gonna have to do, because it is getting wider faster than it's getting long, is I'm going to continue going until the width matches the width of the other square I crocheted, and then I'm going to half double crochet down the sides, half double or single crochet down the sides, and then decrease, but decrease in a way that keeps the triangle shape. So anyway, there's that. This is how much is left in the cake, and this is still the first cake, so pretty good. I have about, looking right now, I have about an hour left of Love Actually, but I'm pausing to play Scrabble with my family. Just because this yarn, I cannot avoid the splittiness. I'll try to show if it comes up well for this yarn. But the gold is woven in, not woven in, it's held together with this cream yarn. So it's still splitting, but because of that splitting nature of the yarn, I just can't really crochet and not look at it, and Scrabble's a game where you need to look at the board. So I'm going to be working on that baby blanket I showed earlier in the video, and maybe I'll finish this tonight, but if not, I'm pretty confident that I can still finish this tomorrow, well before my family's Christmas party. So anyway, that's it for right now. I'll come back if I have an update later tonight, or I'll show when I start tomorrow morning. Okay, so I just got back from Scrabble, and not that it's about who won or lost, but I did win. It was a really fun game. We went to, looking at the score now, we went to 17 rounds, or wait, no, 18 rounds actually. So yeah, in the end, I won with 285 points. My cousin actually got the 50 points at the end for clearing his deck or tray first, so he ended in second place with 264 points, which is a major comeback and helped him pass my mom, who ended up she ended up third place or last place with 229 points. So yeah, it was super fun. I'm gonna keep the little scorecard for my junk journal back at college. But anyway, that's it for the break. I'm going to continue working on this cardigan, or poncho. I keep saying cardigan. It's about 8 p.m. now, so I'm probably gonna crochet till like 10 and then give it a rest and finish up tomorrow morning. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how we're doing. I'm definitely going to be able to mostly finish this tonight, and maybe do like the last finishing touches in the morning. But yeah, I think it's going to be great. I showed my mom and she said she likes the way it looks, so that's great. I cannot believe I crocheted so much in like one day. Even though the day's not over, I still have like 2 more hours that I plan on working on this. But yeah, I just made so much. I really was productive at Starbucks, so maybe that's the key. Maybe I need to be going to Starbucks more. So anyway, I'm gonna continue working on that. I kind of got bored of watching Love Actually, so I'm actually gonna switch to watching a show on Netflix. I'm not really sure what I want to watch. I think I may either watch, I'm either gonna watch Bridgerton or I'm going to watch Law and Order, the regular one. So yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna continue working on this. I'll come catch up with you when I either finish the triangle or if I don't finish it tonight, when I finish in 2 hours. Okay, so obviously it's the next day. I'm actually dropping everything in my tote bag, but I'm about to go out and see The Housemaid, which is a movie with my mom, and then my brother's in the same theater. They're going to be watching Avatar with my dad. So I didn't actually finish work anymore on the poncho last night because I ended up watching Survivor, and I think I said earlier in the video, this project is just one where you really have to like concentrate and focus, so it's not a good show to like be watching and talking and working at the same time just because of the yarn splitting. So just to recap, this is one half the poncho. It's hard to see the sparkles when it's farther away, but up close it's super sparkly. Then I have this one, which as you can see, not done, but let me see if I can hold them back to back just for a size comparison to kind of show where I'm at. So yeah, didn't end up finishing Love Actually. I kind of slept in this morning and then I had to just clean up my room a little bit. Okay, so you can kind of see we're getting there in length. So what I'm gonna do when I get to the total length of the other side of the poncho is I'm going to single crochet down the sides of the poncho and decrease at the point like where the star is continuously, just to make sure that it reaches the same length as the other half. So anyway, that's what I'm working on now. I actually think I'm going to have enough of this cream and gold yarn to do the entire other side, the entire granny square side. And if that's the case, then I'm going to use the leftover gold thread from this cone to make fringe, and I'll just combine it with like a worsted weight yarn to make fringe along the side. So that's the plan so far. I'm just going to continue working on this, make myself coffee. I have like about an hour or two until we have to leave for the movie theater. So we'll see how much I can get done there. I'm not gonna try to do this in a movie theater. I'm not gonna really work on anything just because it's a suspense movie, I think. So I really wanna be able to focus on what's going on, all that stuff. One change I did make last night that I don't think I shared yet is that I switched from doing a 7.5 to a 7mm crochet hook. On this one, I used a 6.5mm. And I think originally I said I wanted to use an 8mm for this side, but it was just way too loose. So I did end up doing that. I'm really thinking that this will be the front side just because it's less opaque, and this will be the back side of the poncho, even though both sides will be the same dimensions, so you could technically wear it reversible. But yeah, that's the plan right now. So we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely gonna change my outfit. Right now I'm just kind of like wearing a workout set, so I'll probably keep these pants on because they're just straight leg brown pants, but switch to like a more cream colored tank top or shirt instead of this like sweatshirt. That way you can really see the gold flecks and like the detailing in the poncho. So anywho, that's what I'm gonna work on for today. It's New Year's Eve, so very exciting. I still have plenty of time to finish this project before my family's New Year's Eve party, so I'm just gonna crank away, work on this some more. Don't really know if I'm gonna finish Love Actually. I was watching it and it was okay. I don't understand why people love it so much. It was a good movie, or so far from what I've seen. I have like 30 minutes left. It's good. It just, I don't know, it just reminds me of like a lot of Hallmark movies all combined together, which I don't really like. Like, I am someone who likes watching those kind of like corny Hallmarky style movies, but you know, it's like one storyline. These Hallmark movies usually are like one kind of cheesy storyline, shorter movie, like maybe an hour and a half. This is like more than 2 hours long. There's like four or five different storylines going, and yeah, I don't know, it's just a lot. It's kind of hard to be invested in like 5 cheesy storylines over 2 hours versus just like one kind of cheesy storyline for like a shorter period of time. So I don't know, not a huge fan right now, but I am going to finish it. If not now than maybe later on today, or maybe I'll finish it within the new year and just extend it. But yeah, I mean, it's still kind of Christmas time to me. We still have, my family still has decorations up. So yeah, that's one thing. Do you guys like, comment down below how long you guys keep up decorations. Usually we take ours down after New Year's. So like New Year's Day or like the day after New Year's Day. So yeah, but we still have decorations up. So to me, it's still Christmas time. So I can finish watching Love Actually maybe the first day of the new year, or like January 2nd. But anyway, just gonna continue working on this. I'll maybe, if I have time, try to do a quick check-in before we leave for the movies. If not, I'll do one when we get back, just to show where I'm at. Hopefully I'll be finished with this back panel and can start working on the collar ribbing and making the fringe. Okay, so it is January 1st. I did not finish the top in time for New Year's. I watched Survivor with my family, and then I just kind of fell asleep on the couch and woke up when we started counting down for the ball to drop in New York. So all that to say, I did not finish the top, but I am going to finish it in time to go out with my friend tomorrow evening. So this is what I have so far. I'm going to single crochet down the sides to do some decreases, just to build out some of the length. That way it can be the same length as the original. So I'm just matching it up. You can see that it needs a little bit more on the sides, a little bit more on the bottom, but not quite enough to do granny squares. So I'm going to do the granny square stitch, I should say, for 3 more rounds, and then reevaluate and see if I do need to do the single crochet stitching, or if it's long and wide enough to start doing the collar and just kind of putting the whole piece together. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna work on. My New Year's Day has been pretty good. I didn't really do a lot. I did some journaling in the morning just for like things I want to do. Worked on editing a YouTube video that's coming out today and the video that's coming out tomorrow. So yeah, just kind of has been a chill day. Later tonight for dinner, I think my family's either going to go out and get ice cream, or we're gonna do dinner here at home. I know regardless of what we're doing, we're definitely gonna eat collard greens and pinto beans, because that's just like our tradition for good luck in the new year. So yeah, anywho, that's what we're doing. Right now I'm just drinking some eggnog in my room. I feel like eggnog should be a year-round drink because I love it, but yeah, that's what I'm up to. I'm gonna just continue working on this poncho, and I'll come back once I've finished this triangle and am ready to actually assemble the two together and work on the collar. Okay, so I have finished the other panel. I only ended up needing to do 3 rounds of half double crochets around. But yeah, now I'm just going to measure out and do the collar, connect the edge, and add the fringe. All right, the poncho is done. I'm trying to stand on my tiptoes so you can see. But yeah, I love it. Goes down. I decided to not do the fringe because it already kind of hangs off the shoulder nicely, and I think it looks very cozy and just relaxed. So maybe I'll add it later, but I think not. I like it. Right now I'm wearing it the granny stitch side out, and then on the back you can see the crochet, like the more solid side. But yeah, I love it. It's not super warm, so I do have like a long sleeve shirt underneath, but I like it. I'm about to go out any minute with my friend. I just curled my hair. So yeah, that is pretty much the video. I think I'm going to release the pattern tutorial and the actual written pattern on my Etsy and Ravelry in a week or two. Still working on filming that video, but if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. This project was really so special just because I got to use yarn from different countries. Like, I'm remembering my trip to Paris and Europe with my family. So yeah, I was really excited to make this project, and it's only January 2nd, and I already have a finished object for the new year, so that is also exciting. Just a quick update of what yarn I have left. I ended up using the last of the other ball that I had of this sparkly DK yarn. So I have this left. I weighed it, and it's, how many grams was it? It was 75 grams. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna make with this because 75 grams isn't a lot. I'm thinking maybe some fingerless gloves or using it as an accent to another piece. And then I still have lots of let me roll this up a little bit. I still have lots of thread on this cone. So yeah, I'm not really sure. I have these two, lots of different project ideas that I could make. So we'll see what I end up making with it. But that's all I have for you all today. Thank you so much for watching. I post every weekday, so make sure to follow along to never miss a video. And I'll see you next time. Bye.